Welcome back to Caught Looking. I'm your host, Meg, and joining me tonight are Sarah, Kels, and Mikayla. Hi, ladies.
Hey.
Hello.
Tonight, we are digging into the latest around the guards, checking in on the Cavs, and diving into a very special edition of Mikayla's Card Corner with a full recap of her hobby night. So let's get into it. First things first, the guards made some roster moves 2 days ago, 3 days ago now. So it looks like, so again, arbitration is still very tricky for me.
Yeah, that eludes me quite a bit.
But Festa, Jones, and Fry have all avoided arbitration and they signed 2026 Major League contracts. The guards also tendered contracts to the remaining 32 unsigned arbitration eligible and free arb players on the 40-man roster, which, what? 32 unsigned arbitration eligible players. That doesn't feel real. That feels like a made up thing.
I'm no expert at all, but like that seems like a lot.
That's
I
so
don't know.
many. That
That
has
doesn't
to
seem
be
very
so many.
standard.
That does
Is that a
not
lot?
feel that I mean that means that like all of these guys are like young and like they just came up from the minors because there's like it's like 6 years of arbitration or something like that that you have to go through. So that means we have no free agents, nobody signed out of arbitration basically except for just a handful of guys. And so it's a weird, it just feels like a lot. Granted, I don't keep an eye on every other team, so I don't know how many ARB eligible players that they have. Um, but yeah, it just feels like a lot to me. Aside from that, so that also means that Stephen Kwan has been offered a contract, and now him and the Guardians need to decide on a number. I was reading that through from Zach Meisel's tweets.
hmm
So I'm taking that as a positive. That's how I'm feeling about that.
I think it's a step in the right direction for sure.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how you have to proceed every
Yeah.
off season with the guards, I feel
Pr-
like.
proceed with caution,
Yeah.
but
Arbitration ends.
optimistic.
Arbitration ends in like January, right? Like we have
Yeah,
some
normally,
months to prep mentally, emotionally, physically.
yeah, I feel like normally if they go into like the lawyer part of it, that starts like late January maybe and could potentially go into like spring training and stuff because I think the last person that we went into negotiations with is he who shall not be named. Um, who now Trevor Bauer.
Oh, I
I
did
thought you
not
meant
know you were
closet.
referring to him.
I was like,
Oh,
oh, there's so
Clase
many
could
people to
fall
not
under. That's
name.
true. That's I wasn't even going there,
We
but
have
yeah,
two
I was
of
no.
about to
those
say
now.
Too
Yeah,
I was
many
we
about
do.
to say,
people.
wait,
We
I
now
didn't
do have
remember
a
that.
couple that could fall under the he who shall not be named category. But I believe, and people can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think the last person to go through the lawyer back and forth of arbitration was him, which he did end up, they ended up agreeing on a number and he came back, whatever year that was. I can't remember, maybe 16, 17. I'm not sure. Um, but then we also granted three people free agency. Nick Enright, which is a huge bummer. I mean, we knew he wasn't going to play
Yeah.
at all this year, hoping that they can sign him to a minor league deal so he can get through his surgery and rehab with us. Sam Henches, who was rehabbing with us all year this year, and was getting back into it, but they decided to grant him free agency for whatever reason. And pour one out for Nicole, please, friends. Our dear Will Brennan has
Yeah.
been
Rest,
granted free agency. I
rest
know
in peace to Will Brennan.
he's I know among some fans he is very divisive and not everyone's favorite, but I always liked him and he was
Okay,
Nicole's fave.
Yeah.
I Venmoed her for a beer. I was like, I felt so
pour
bad.
pour one out for
we
Wilbur.
we all checked in on her to make sure she was okay.
I met Will Brennan one time. And actually, I've met him twice now, and he is the nicest player I've ever met in my entire life. I will forever be a Will Brennan fan, no matter what he does or where he goes. He was so genuinely excited and like interested in what I had to say, and I had nothing important to say, and he was just so kind. So I'm optimistic. Maybe he'll resign with
that's
us or
nice.
something weird. Yeah, I root for him a lot.
Yeah, it sucks when your favorite player has to leave the team to do something new, but sometimes I think it's probably better if he can, kind of get his career back on track with a new team. That's kind of how I felt about Tristan McKenzie, even though like he didn't go to a new organization. I was like, okay, this is probably like the best for him in the long run. So I do hope that he can just figure it out with a new organization because I just don't think there was room for him here.
And
But
Tyler Freeman too. It's like
right.
I loved him, but I remember I would watch Rockies games and then they'd be like, standout Tyler Freeman's doing so great. And I was like, we're talking about somebody different, right? So it's just like
Well, I mean, we can also bring up Ernie Clement. Like
yeah,
he
that
played
made me happy to see.
yes. Like he played like a grand total of like I felt like he was here for so much longer than he actually was. Like
Yeah.
I don't think he was here for an entire season. Like he played like 60 games with us or something, an
Hmm.
absurdly low amount. And then he left. And then like he came back, but then he was like DFA'd again or something like that. It was a really weird
Yeah.
moment. But it's great to see him find a home with the Blue Jays
Yeah, and
and
like with Josh too, it's like
yeah.
signing that big, huge contract. It's like I'm glad he's getting what he's worth.
Hmm.
I'm sad it wasn't with us because I loved Josh, even though
Yeah.
like I was saying in an earlier episode, you need like a crazy guy who has like a screw loose. And I'm glad Seattle has that, but there's like almost too much aura on their team now with Cal and Julio. It's like way too much aura going on.
They're too likable now.
I know. A
I
lot of
hate it.
people hate them though, so they have too much aura.
We'll have to see how next year goes. So that brings us to, I believe we are at 38 players on our 40-man roster right now. So a little bit of wiggle room.
Hmm.
So we will see what happens. I know winter meetings are coming up at like beginning or like a couple weeks into December. So I would be interested to see, I would assume something would happen around then or right after the holidays, I feel like. This is just me pulling stuff out of my, out of thin air. Just no rhyme or reason to it, just vibes.
I'm so stressed. Every day there's like a new Stephen Kwan trade rumor. Is this a podcast where we can just bash Yankees fans? Because I feel like I have some
Yes.
thoughts. Because why is it every trade, prompt that I see from the Yankees is like we get their worst player and they get like Jose Ramirez or Stephen Kwan. And they're like, this is who says no. And I'm like, literally,
Because they're all
Literally
casuals and they
everybody.
don't know how baseball works.
I'm like, every time I see it, they're like, you guys can have this relief pitcher. We take Stephen Kwan. I was like, I don't understand where you're getting this from.
I
You
think
put
it's
this-
rage bait.
You put this
Most
into
of
I'm
it.
any
raging. They
trade
did it.
machine and it's going to reject it. Like there's not
Yeah.
a trade machine on the internet that will think that trade is a good idea.
But Yankees fans do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yankees fans. I don't think any of them have ever listened to this podcast, but
Don't apologize to them. They don't deserve it.
wait, I have a tangent about trades.
Please.
Brandon Nimmo was just traded
Yes.
to the Rangers
Hmm.
for was like Marcus Simeon or something.
Simeon, yeah.
Yeah, but related to the Guardians is that more than likely Cody Freeman, who's Tyler Freeman's little brother, plays like second and third base, so there's a chance that he could have more playing time now that Simeon's no longer at second base for the Rangers. So small caveat to the Guardians.
That is wild. I didn't realize until this year that Tyler had a brother and that he was also a big leaguer. We were playing a game and they're like, Tyler Freeman's brother. And I'm like, wait, who? What? It was surprising to me.
He was born in 2001, so that's
Please stop
Wrong.
that.
For me.
I don't need to hear that. No.
My brothers were born in 2001. That's weird.
They don't know 9/11. They will never be able to remember it.
oh.
I was a junior in high school, guys. I have distinct memories of 9/11.
It's time for the millennial corner of the show. It's like-
Well, I
talk about how
I-
old
Meg's
everybody
millennial
is.
corner.
I'm right on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z.
Me
I was born in
too.
96. I'm 29.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's like I think
It's
I like
weird.
identify a little bit more with millennial, but like I don't know.
Ooh.
It's weird being right on that border.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
I
like,
was born
no,
in
go ahead.
94, so I'm a cusper, not by definition, but because I feel it in my soul. Mostly because I am so chronically online that I know all of what the youth are up to. And
That's exactly it.
sometimes when millennial people do millennial stuff, I'm like, oh, I do not identify with that.
Right. I'm not obsessed with Harry Potter or Disney World.
I'm not either, guys. I'm going to put that out there
Yeah.
right now. I am not a Disney mom. I've never
We
been
all
to
know our
Disney, actually.
obsession. Really?
Yeah. I've been to
I've
the
never been to
LA one,
Disney.
but I've never been to Florida.
Hot looking goes to Disney?
Yeah,
I've
that
never
would be a
been
first for
either.
me. I've never been.
Yeah.
What?
No.
We're going. Everyone, clear your schedules. We're going.
Stay on the
We'll-
lookout for the
we will be in
live
Epcot
podcast from Epcot.
doing a drink chore and
Ooh.
doing caught looking.
Can we get our Patreon started? The wonderful listeners can help.
I was gonna
fund
say,
our
I'm like,
trip to
we
Disney.
need a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah,
because
Disney.
What?
They don't mess around with the
absolutely
praises.
not. All right. Well, now that we finished our millennial corner for the night, we are going to move on. And Mikayla, thank you for being here. It's Mikayla's Card Corner. And we're going to have a little her hobby night recap.
Yay!
Yeah. It was so much fun. Thank you to everyone who came. I also want to say thank you to like Greenies and Mars Cards for sponsoring us, and obviously to Brunettes. And then also there was two other shops that sent in cards for us. It was Cards for Smiles and Grand Salami Sports Cards in Seattle. Thank you. They sent so much supplies, and it was so much fun to give everything away. Sarah was there. We just kind of ripped cards the whole night and had a blast. We pulled the OG bow card. Yeah, we just had so much fun, and thank you to everyone who came. There was a girl there from her name's Sarah who started collecting cards because of this podcast, and I cried. That was the most I did. That was like the most crazy thing ever. I'm sorry to her to get her into a wildly addicting hobby, but it was great to hang out with her and meet with her, and we met so many cool people, and I just had a great time. And I'm really grateful to have been able to put that on and just like hang out with everybody. And my favorite way to spend my free time, I think, is just to drink beer and rip cards. I think that's my favorite thing to do.
Also, shout out to the was it the Cleveland State women's basketball team that came by too?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Oh.
they were
awesome.
great. They
Yeah,
came
it
in
was a
ripped-
fun time for sure. I don't know a lot about cards, but I did learn a lot that night, and I went home with a ton. So it was so much fun. I had a great time.
I'm glad. That makes me so happy. I had so much fun. We'll try to put one on maybe on in the future. We'll probably do one more out and towards like the suburbs instead, just to make it more accessible to everybody. I don't know. We'll see what happens for next year, but I'd like to put on another one at some point.
Absolutely. And hopefully I can join this time. I'm sad that I
Yeah.
missed it.
We'll just schedule it around you. It's fine.
I'm the only one that matters.
Exactly.
True.
We all agree.
Well, this podcast would be nothing without you, Meg. So
Yes. We would have no home. Like the one time you dropped out of the meeting and we all needed mom.
And everyone got lost and
we
scared.
it was really scary.
I broke out in a cold sweat immediately.
It was a hot sweat for me. I was like, oh my God.
Thankfully, we were able to cut it a little bit. But yeah, one time my internet a couple episodes ago completely dropped and kicked me from the Zoom. And everyone was sad and upset and scared. And so was I, in all honesty. I'm like, what is happening? We figured it out though. So we were able to make it work. But yeah, so I think next. So yeah, again, like I said, I'm so upset that I missed it, but it sounds like it was so fun. Everyone who went for that I've heard from so far online and in the Discord said they had a great time. So awesome. Thank you so much, Mikayla, for sharing that with us and allowing us to join in. Was there any other card news you had?
There's not a lot. I mean, we have a lot of pre-orders. I don't know what Topps was up to, but they recently decided to release a bunch of cards all in like within a week of each other. So like we have Allen and Ginter that still hasn't come out yet. They had a bunch of pre-orders right in a row. The next big release, and probably usually the release of the year, is Topps Chrome Update. So for the paper update series, it just came out last week, and they still haven't released. They did like a delayed release of different products, so right? Because like for cards, they come in like jumbos and hobby boxes, but then they also come in like blasters and hangers, which are like the cheap ones. So blasters came out like earlier this week, but hangers and like fat packs still haven't hit stores yet. I'm not really sure why they're doing that. So they've all come out like a week apart. I don't know what is up with that, because the pink diamante is in the hangers, and I need the hangers to be out so I can get Stephen Kwan's next pink card. But the next release is Topps Chrome Update. That comes out on December 10th. That's the big release of the year because it has the rookie debut patches on it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so like the Lauders won't be in this, but he was the first rookie since this patch process has happened. He was the first rookie to have his patch in the postseason. He will be in the 2026 product, but he'll be a massive chase next year, but not this year. We just have, it's like Schneeman, and which if I pulled that card, I'm calling Papa Schnee immediately and just going right to him.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, name your price, Pop.
I think there's one of my favorite things with the hobby is that it's always like if a parent or somebody is just buying a card from you, you don't charge them.
Oh, that's
It's
so
like
nice.
a weirdly unwritten rule. It's
Aw.
very
That's a good
adorable.
rule to have.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
Yeah, a lot
good.
of you'll see a lot of stories on eBay or like on Twitter circulating about how they're like, hey, this person bought this card from me on eBay, and then I saw who I was, shipping it to, and I was like, are they? And they ask if they're the parent, and they're like, oh yeah, I collect my son, and then they always refund them, and it's always such a wholesome experience. And then usually the player will like send them stuff instead.
Oh,
That's cute. I love that.
Yeah,
Wasn't there someone recently on Twitter that posted about that? That a parent bought one of their cards and they sent, I feel like I just saw that pop up on my Twitter. I'll have to look it up.
We'll
it
have to
sounds
find
vaguely familiar to me
Yeah,
too.
I feel like I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
adorable. But I remembered another one since you were talking about this. Austin Peterson, one of our pitchers who's in the minor leagues currently, he stopped by the sports card shop, which I think is located in Michigan, it looks like, and was ripping some packs. And he managed to find first Bowman auto of his friend Nate Furman. So
Wow.
That's so
I
cool.
thought that was such a cute little story. And then also they mentioned that he's also thinking about starting a collection of all the players who hit a home run off of it,
Oh.
which is super cute. But also, let's not do that. Maybe like start a collection of like the guys you strike out or something like that.
The guys who were caught looking.
Ah, yes.
I'll
She
DM
said
him. Don't worry
You
about
said
it,
the
guys.
name
Right.
of the show.
You did it. You said the thing. So yeah, shout out to Austin Peterson, APD19 on Twitter.
I'm gonna DM and tell him that now.
You should, yes, you should, because that's a much better collection to have than
Yeah,
one
we have to
of
celebrate, not
Yeah, something to
Yes.
aspire to instead
Yeah.
of doom.
But yeah, that's all I got. So rookie patch debuts coming up on December
Awesome.
10th. There's just a whole bunch of products coming out quickly, and it's hard to keep up with. So
I saw
Right
some
in
of the
time for
Christmas
Christmas.
ones.
Like, yeah.
The Christmas special ones.
yeah,
there was-
those just came out.
Yeah, I saw a couple people ripping packs, and one of them, it was a ranger. I can't remember who it was. But not only did they have like the lights of the garland going around like the side, but they also superimposed like a light up necklace on the player
Yeah.
on the card.
Aw.
So
like,
there
oh,
are
that's
different
adorable.
short prints. They're all image variation short prints for the holidays, and it's usually like what the holidays is. That's how they have parallels and such, but they're like known for having like the hidden elf in them, which is
Oh,
like the
cute.
most. Yeah, they're like the most rare. And there's also, I think I saw that there are multiple different places the elves can be this year. But then there's also some that have like extra snow over like the logo. There's like the snow. That's the snowdrift parallel. Like you have a candy cane bat. Stephen Kwan's rookie card has a candy cane
Oh, that's
bat for his-
cool.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So they always make it's a really fun product. It's like not like a good resale product, but it's so much fun to rip. So yeah, I like it. There's no pink cards, so it's not for me.
At Tops, I would like a hedgy Christmas card, please.
I know, I was sad.
just
You
putting it
messaged me
out
about
there.
that. I was so sad for you.
I know. I'm bummed too.
I would love
might
a
one day.
Darius Garland Christmas card because
He
the
should
joke
have
writes itself. I mean, I have an NBA paint sweatshirt of Darius Garland holding a garland, and I wear it every
Darius
Christmas.
is Garland. That is
Yeah,
my
so
official
I need a
Christmas
card,
sweater
too.
now.
Wait, he literally might have one because the NBA, because now that Topps owns the rights to the NBA, which is new for this year and was groundbreaking. They have the holiday sets. I just saw the NBA
Oh, he does
advent
have a
calendar.
holiday
Yeah,
card.
like he should
I
have
just
one.
found
Okay.
it.
We'll get you one, girl. I got
Oh my
you.
god,
Dude, it's on
please.
eBay for $2 right now.
We gotta get her a parallel though. I don't mess around.
That's true.
We
Yes,
gotta
Mikayla's, you got this, girl.
yeah, we're gonna get you something nice. We got a red
Anyways,
out of 5 coming your way.
that is the perfect transition into our Cleveland Cavaliers, who won tonight. They just, like I said, we record on Sunday night, so they just finished up the game right before we logged on, 120 to 105 versus the Clippers, and they now stand at 12-6. How are
Felt
we
like
feeling?
a real return to form from what I was
Yes.
watching. Like Mobley felt better. I cautiously optimistic, but I was a little bit pessimistic before and on Jarrett because I've talked about Jarrett a lot. I know he's had a little bit of rest and stuff, but you know, I just the bigs feel like maybe they are like trying something different. Like I don't know, like they're trying to tell Mobley to do different things, like play more like a guard or something. And tonight it felt kind of more like a return to form. Like every time I saw him, he was like under the basket, like tipping in or dunking, or he was really in the fight tonight. So that felt a lot better to see.
I also think that's due a lot to Darius Garland just being back
Yeah.
because I think the offense just flows so much better with DG on the floor. Everyone kind of knows their positions a lot better
Yeah.
because when he was out, things kind of got turned on their head. Mitchell was taking over a lot of the point guard duties. And when you expect Evan Mobley to kind of have the leap that we all talked about, I think we kind of expected a lot from him right out of the
Yeah.
gate to the point where it wasn't really kind of realistic expectations. Like I've thought so much about this because I know our last episode I talked about how, he's going to make this giant offensive leap, which everyone else expected it to. He even said himself he wanted to be in the MVP conversations, which is great. But
Hmm.
I think, there's been so much going on with injuries and just kind of reshuffling these lineups. And so I think like because of all of that, it's difficult to expect Evan Mobley to just automatically emerge as a top 10 MVP player. And so I think that he will definitely return to form. I think it's just going to take time. But once we're all healthy, I think he'll feel more comfortable playing in the style that this team is used to. And that way he's not taking on like too much of a role. So yeah, I do think it's coming too. But yeah, we'll see. But I think Darius Garland just is such a huge difference maker. But I
Hmm.
have complete confidence in Evan Mobley, though.
Me too.
So at the end of the season last year, it kind of felt like moving Evan Mobley away from being our in the 5 spot. I felt like was intentional because then it was just what they weren't expecting him to be up at making threes suddenly. And I feel like they sort of leaned into it too much so far into this season, and it doesn't feel like it's flowing very well. Especially before Darius when Darius was still out. So I agree. I mean, time will tell.
Right. I don't think that Evan is like a true NBA center, and I don't think they should play him that way because, we've seen when he does play that center position, he's getting beat constantly by the bigger guys like Shengun
Hmm.
and tonight by Zubac, who put up 33 points and I think 17 rebounds against us. So, and he does, obviously, he's young and he's still, kind of I don't want to say scrawny because he's not, but he's substantially smaller than those guys. And so he does get beat in the paint a lot. And so I think that you need to have like a true center. And that's why Jared Allen has to be that anchor. He has to make rebounding his number one priority. And I'll just segue into Jared Allen after this. But I think I don't know, I'm really surprised at Jared Allen's his playing and just his minutes too because I was listening to a podcast. He's actually playing the lowest minutes since his rookie year, 10th on the team in fourth quarter minutes, which is very odd because I noticed too that at least in a couple games prior to this, you did not see Jared Allen on the floor in the fourth quarter, even if it was a close game, which I nobody really had a good explanation for that because he was playing, I guess, fine, but I just couldn't understand why he was just not playing those important fourth quarter minutes. I know he does have that lingering issue with his finger, I think. And I think that's what kept him out tonight. If I'm not mistaken, he was out tonight, but it could be due to that, but I'm not
No, I think he
100%
was listed
sure.
for finger today.
Okay. Yeah, so like that's been an issue too, but I don't know. I think he has to really just focus on just rebounding, rebounding, rebounding. Obviously, his field goal percentage is good for a center, but like you don't need to expect him to put up 15 to 20 points a game to be effective. But that's just kind of my take on the situation. I don't know. I think his role this season is just a bit more murky than it has been, and so he's such an important part of this core four that I don't know, just the whole thing with his minutes was kind of a shock to me. So I think we're still kind of figuring that out. I'll be very curious to see, how many minutes he plays when he comes back, how many fourth quarter minutes he plays, and just how he performs. And hopefully he can get his finger under control.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember when my husband brought it up. He's like, "Why the hell is Jared not on the floor right now? What's going on? Did he get hurt?" And I'm like looking online. I'm like, I see absolutely nothing. I don't. Who
Right.
knows what's
Nobody
going
had
on
like a
there?
real explanation. And I don't know if Kenny or anyone answered after like a post-game interview. I just haven't been able to find a reason for that, but hopefully he can bounce back.
Jarrett Allen is my favorite player, so I am sad, but mostly because he's a cat dad, and I want the shirt of him with his cats on it. That's it. That's my only real thought on Jarrett Allen.
He's an
That's a
adorable little
valid
nerd.
reason.
He's like a huge gamer and so nerdy, and I love him so much.
Didn't he like go to Japan in the off season and like do some stuff with like Pokemon or something like that?
Just because I love him. Yeah. I saw him at a Guardians game this summer. I sat like
Oh.
2 feet from him.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
I like looked behind and he was just like where I sit with like my season tickets. He was
Oh, I
just
remember.
like in
Didn't
the
you post a picture or send
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, it was like
I
one of
remember that.
my biggest tweets, and I was like, it was a terrible photo. So I was like intoxicated, and I was like, oh my god, Jared Allen, you're here. Who's this tall guy? He's behind me. Thank God he was behind me. He's so tall. But he was there with like a bachelor party or something, and I was like, oh my god.
I thought he was
How
in like the
funny.
standing area or
Yeah, he
like
was in the stand. I sit right in front of like the standing room.
Oh
only.
yeah, I was like, what is he doing? Why is he standing? But
Yeah,
I-
he was in the standing room, and he had on like the Friday night free shirt. I was like, I love this man.
That's cute.
Oh my
Adorable.
god, I'm sure he stuck out like a sore thumb being
He was-
7 feet tall.
And
And
his friends were all short, and I was like, what's going on here?
Well, then
especially
I
with
think
his hair too. It's
Donovan
hard to
or
miss.
Darius went to a game like right after that, and I was like, "There's some weird PR thing going on because."
But they sat in suites.
Yeah, but I thought somebody like Donovan went and sat with somebody or something.
Yeah,
like,
Donovan
Yeah, that's
was like
true.
tweeting with was it Jarrett Allen? Like
It was Ferret Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ferret Allen. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, I was like, "What? This is so weird." Like,
yeah, they like
must
started
be,
tweeting at
like-
each other, and then like Donovan came down and like sat with him or something. It was
That's
I love
so
that.
cute. Yeah.
a man of the city, truly.
I love that.
Speaking of Donovan, he tonight passed Kyrie Irving for fifth most 3-pointers in Cavs
Yeah.
history with 724, which
That's
is
crazy.
just
What's-
crazy because he's only
what's
been with
number
us
one?
for how long now? Three years?
This is his Oh my god. This is his third or fourth season.
I can't remember now when he was traded.
I think LeBron's at like 1300
22.
too, so it's like so far ahead, but it's still crazy that he's like already so high up on the list. He's Cavs all-time leading three-point shooter with 1251,
That's
followed by
absurd.
Kevin
Oh,
and
Caleb.
well, this is old obviously because this doesn't even have Donovan on the list.
This is Donovan Mitchell's fourth season with the Cavs. I
Wow.
just verified. But yeah, it's weird seeing these guys now break records that were held by, guys like Kyrie and Kevin Love and all the players that we watched like on the championship team and prior to that we kind of grew up with. It's just so weird that they're surpassing them now, especially DG, who he still seems like a rookie in my eyes because I don't know, he
He
just still
does
seems
feel
like a
very
baby to me.
young. Yeah.
Like
I don't
this
know
is,
why,
I think
but I
this is
agree.
his seventh year in the league.
Insane.
Like this
That
man
doesn't
is
feel
a
real.
veteran NBA player. Like, what do
he's
you
not.
mean? He's a child.
Which, by the
Darius
way,
is number 3 already on the list.
He's been here for 7 years.
I know,
so-
but it's like that's
in
just
three
so
pointers?
crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's LeBron, Caleb, DG, and Donovan. No, someone's between.
No, Mark
oh,
Price.
Mark.
Is
Oh,
4.
yes. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense.
But I thought I was reading the wrong list because I was like looking at the Google AI thing and I was like, that has to be wrong because Darius is number 3. But I'm on StatMuse, like he has 907 and then Caleb has 1096. And
That's
then LeBron
crazy.
with 12.
Wow, so he can definitely pass Kevin Love
feel
this
like-
season.
I feel like he's not that far off. Like I know LeBron's 12? Like 1,200 or like 12,000?
Sorry. No, that would be so crazy. No, LeBron is
Wait, is it actually that far?
1,251.
Darius
Okay.
Garland will be number 1 on that list.
Which
Yeah,
Mark
and I'd like to
Ivers.
see that.
a small aside about Caleb, like saying that he would retire, like if he ever was in the Hall of Fame to like retire as
saw
a
that.
Cav, like that. It's just so. There's something in my heart for him. It's just so pure and honest. Like remembering
was
the
my fave
championship
of that
team and stuff.
team.
It's like it's so long ago already, but it's
It's
like
the
so
10-year
sweet that he still-
anniversary next year.
Yeah. Like he still thinks about it like that. Like that, I don't know. It's just really wholesome. Like he's graying in the hair and stuff. And it's like, man,
He's an old man.
it's almost your time to go.
I mean,
But
he's playing on the
thanks-
Utah Jazz now, so I'm sure it's coming.
He's really petering out a little bit.
He's got 2 kids. Just go home, babe. You've
Who,
got.
who,
Be a family
who,
man.
who was your favorite player on the 2016 team?
It
I
was
mean,
love for
like
me.
it had to be LeBron for me.
You can't say
But
LeBron. If you
I
had to
love.
say someone
Okay,
other
I'll
than-
say
Yeah,
J.R.
you
Smith.
can't get
then.
anyone but LeBron.
I
I did really
Kyrie.
love J.R. Smith.
Oh my god, JR
Oh,
so
JR,
funny
okay.
though.
Is
We
it
will
bad
not
if I
talk
say-
about. We will not talk about when he forgot the clock situation.
the-
that was
That
not. in
didn't, no, this is
2016.
specifically 2016, the 2015, 2016, which, by the way, they need to make some kind of 30 for 30 documentary
Yes.
movie about that season because, like, thinking back on that season, I'm like, everything that happened, we lost. Our coach was fired halfway through, and Ty Lue took over halfway through the season. Like, it's truly an insane, and like LeBron was like willed that team through that
Yes.
finals. It was
Mhm. I need LeBron to write a whole memoir just about that year,
truly,
Yeah.
truly.
just
Yeah.
about 2016, because
Well,
it was just an absolute roller coaster all season long.
And you saw what they asked him about how it was with the Cavs before the game tonight, the Clippers Cavs game, and he said something really nice, like it was a really great time or something. Like,
Yeah, he did.
it was
He
very
did have nice
reminiscent.
things. Yeah. Oh my God, he's graying too, man.
I know. I thought
Oh
the
my
same thing
God.
tonight. I was like, is that Ty Lue?
Oh,
Poor guy. Well, I mean, he's only 48. I did not realize that. I'm on his
Ooh.
Wikipedia page right now. That's the stress of the job, you know. Kenny's kind of gray too.
Kenny feels like a guy that was just born as like a
silver
45-year-old
fox.
man.
Yeah.
Like he just burst into being as who he is right now.
Yeah.
He was not a child.
I've actually never seen a young picture of him, and I am purposely like I'm not.
I'm
gonna
now
do that. I don't
fully
want to
avoiding
know.
it.
I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about that. I need
No.
to see a picture of a young Kenny Atkins.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
I don't want to know him that way. But yeah, I think Kyrie, like I remember I actually went to the game when he returned back. I don't know if it was the first time, but maybe it was. Like it was last year or something, and he got like a huge welcome. Like
He
there was
avoided Cleveland for a couple
yeah, I
years
think this might have
after he
been the
left.
first time.
Yeah,
And I think he was with the Mavs. I don't even
I think
remember.
so. That sounds
And
right.
there was like a huge package for him at the game, and everybody cheered, and he gave like a nice wave. Like it was a totally heartfelt, like amicable thing. And so I was really happy about that because I remember sitting next to my husband. I was like, I wonder like what the response is going to be like what people are going to think. But it was I think the package that they put on the big screen like really got everyone back in their like warm and happy feelies because it was like "Ooh, the champion, blah, blah, blah." So I cheered for him. My mom doesn't really like him that much, but I told her, I was like, I cheered for him because he was here during an amazing time. So I'll always have a lot of respect for him. And then like he had so much aura with LeBron at the time that was just kind of like it was undeniable.
Yeah, it was kind of a messy exit when
Yeah.
he got traded, which I think kind of soured some people's opinions
Yeah.
toward him. But I think like enough time has passed now when he was
Yeah.
traded to the Mavs and when he made that when he was welcomed back, enough
Yeah.
time had passed to where people kind of just put it behind them. They're like, you know what, we wouldn't have won that championship without him, and
Mm-hmm.
especially without his three. And so, yeah, he definitely deserves all the praise and love from Cleveland. And I think he does feel that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love Kari.
By the
I
way,
think
am so happy that Shump is participating on the pregame, postgame, and
yes.
stuff.
Yes, he is.
That, oh my God.
I was psyched about that.
Yeah. Shump was another one that was just like him and JR and the whole crew, man. There was
Oh,
just
Channing
something.
Frye and Richard Jefferson too. You gotta, oh
Yes.
my God, you gotta give them a shout out. I loved those
Oh
two.
my
Well,
God. I
also
mean, that's when
Tristan.
road tripping was born, was during their road trips. They would like if you go back and listen to like the original episodes, they're like being recorded, I think, on like phones on the plane. They're so bad. But they're hysterical because it's literally just the calves on a plane, just shooting the shit with each other.
Snakes on a plane, but his calves on the plane.
So yeah, to see like that, and especially like Allie being a big part of it too, Allie Clifton and her and RJ and Channing, it's still just it's so cool to see that they're all still like hanging out and doing this.
They
And
still have a 2016 group chat too, don't they? I don't remember who said
I'm
that, but they
sure
said they still have like a group chat with all of them on the team. And I'm like, that is so cute.
it's adorable.
I
We
do
haven't
love
mentioned Delhi
reminiscing.
yet.
I do love reminiscing
Yeah.
about 2016 though,
Yes.
but
We could do
Shelly.
it all. We
okay,
could do
so
it
I
all
do right.
day.
I do want to
Whole
talk about
episode.
this current team because
Yes.
there's
Yes.
just a
They are
lot.
also very
There's so
good.
much happening.
We'll do a 10-year anniversary episode.
There you go. No, that's a
Please,
great
Four
oh my
four
idea.
God.
hours
Yes,
long.
absolutely.
Just
I
me
am in there.
crying.
Okay, so I'm curious to ask you guys, what do you think is the biggest weakness of this Cavs team right now? Because there's several that
Free
come to my
throws.
mind, but
Wow.
Free throws.
Who said that?
yes.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah, the
remember
free throw disparity has been
That is bad.
awful.
Yes, you are so right, Meg.
was it Thursday night, I think?
It was
That we were all
recent.
semi crashing out
Yes.
about because I think we they played the game, we announced the episode, we said that they had to get their shit together, and then they won the past two games.
They're listening.
Yeah, free throws have definitely not been our friend, and Evan especially has really struggled from the free throw line. And so I just really hope that he can just get that back under control. It does help also having DG back though. He's
Hmm.
our highest percentage of free throw shooting guys on the floor. So it is good to have someone who is, he's reliable, he can knock his down. But yeah, like a lot of these games that we lost by like less than 10 points, you look at the free throw disparity. If we had made those shots, like we would have won those games. So you can't just leave those points at the line because it makes a difference. And it's fundamental stuff. Like you guys got to
Mhm.
practice this and practices and shoot arounds and stuff. I don't know. Take like 500 of them a day or do something because it's a problem.
Yeah, wasn't it against the Rockets on
I think
Wednesday night?
so. Yeah.
That feels right. Yeah, I'm looking back at their schedule right now, and I feel like we would have won that game if we would have made our free throws.
I think for me, I don't know. I see like little blips and returns of the playoffs last year where it's like I can tell that Don is doing hero ball, or like one player is like I need to do hero ball and I have to save this game right now. And it's sometimes like Donovan will take like a fadeaway 3-pointer off 1 foot or whatever just because he can. It's like, oh man, like we depend on Don so much and I understand, but I think that's been like a classic critique of him is like playing hero ball. And so I notice that every now and then, and I do feel like there's maybe it's disjointed just because of injuries and stuff. Like you don't know who is hot and cold. And it's like it was kind of similar with like Ty Jerome and like Okoro and stuff. It's like you never could really depend on who was going to have like a really good night. And it's kind of like with Dean and Meryl and stuff. It's like when our bench doesn't feel as like cohesive at the moment. So I feel like Donovan sometimes is like trying to pull hero ball out a little more when it feels like other parts seem more lacking. So I'm hoping that with injuries getting a little bit better and people are resting and getting back, that it'll be a more cohesive image. But it definitely feels different than the start of last year. Like there's like
Oh yeah,
more,
absolutely.
there
The
needs to
bench
be
felt like it went on
yeah.
forever and
Hmm.
just there was no stop. I mean, granted, obviously also starting 15-0, they were unstoppable. Like
Yeah.
it was such a
Dude, they
different
were just
vibe.
annihilating teams left and right last
Yeah.
year. Like, I will never take that 15-0 start for granted. It
Right.
was so much fun. I made sure to enjoy every second of it because, I mean, our offense was literally off the charts. We were number one for like weeks at that point. I mean, it was just insane the way they were beating up on those teams. And so obviously you can't expect them to start the season again on another 15-0 run.
I think
So
some
I
people
do,
expected that.
Yeah,
There's
unfortunately.
been a lot
which
of
is
crashing out.
crazy. Like,
It's like
get
they're like,
real.
I'm done. I'm done with this team. This team sucks. They need to blah 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 blah. Like, okay,
Dude,
you would
people are so
you would think the
reactionary.
record is totally different than what my group chat thinks.
Exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. But anyway, I do want to go back to the comments about Mitchell Kels. And I do agree that I do think sometimes he tries to do too much, whether it's just kind of making bad shot selections or trying to make that extra pass and ending up turning the ball over. But that being said, I do think that, despite averaging 30 points a game, he's had several games where he's kind of had a very slow start in the first half, but,
Hmm.
he's exploded in like the third and fourth quarters. So I've noticed that when he does start slow, he doesn't really try to force shots to go in like I think he did last year. But I've noticed he kind of takes like a step back and kind of lets the other guys take control until he finds his shot. And I think he's been making really, really good adjustments in the second half.
Hmm.
Um, it was the game against the Rockets. Donovan had 2 points going into the fourth quarter. He finished with 21. So he scored 18 of his 21 points in the fourth
I
quarter.
remember that. Yeah.
And even though we did end up losing that game, I think we only lost by 10 though.
Hmm.
And that's also, yeah, the free throw game. We left 12 points at the free throw line. We were 20 for 32. So yeah, if we made those shots, we would have won, but that's a different conversation. But yeah, I
I had
think he's been doing a great job at just making those adjustments in the second half because he can just take a quarter over at the snap of a finger. Like it's crazy what he can do. So whenever he is having a slow start, like going into halftime, I'm never worried. So I think he's done a great job of that.
Yeah. I mean, he's great. I mean, I'm delighted he's on our team. I don't have a single stat to back this up, but I just feel like our perimeter defense has looked off also. That's probably what I would pick. Yeah, okay, great.
Mhm.
Whew. That
Yes,
was just
no, way too many open threes they're giving
oh,
up. It's
thanks. I needed that.
disgusting.
Wait, aren't we first in taking threes this season as well? Like the top
Yes,
team,
we
which
are.
that
I
is like,
actually,
what the hell? I when I heard that stuff, I was like,
In
surely
just
that's not true.
attempts, not makes, right?
We
yes.
take the most attempts.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's like 48. It's somewhere in like the high 40s, I think, if I recall the stat correctly. But it's like it makes sense because Pacers are down, Celtics are down. It's like maybe they're just playing. They're both kind of in like rebuilding years, and those are always what I think. And Golden State's kind of a little washed up now, so it's like I guess that makes sense, sort of. But and LeBron didn't play a lot of the. He's been not playing a lot, so it's just like I don't know. I was really surprised by that stat because I just didn't really feel that. I was really surprised.
Yeah, we shoot at a super high clip. We're number one in 3-point attempts per game, but we're 18th in 3-point percentage. So I think there's that glaring issue right
That's
there
probably
is
why.
that we're
Yeah.
I was
taking
gonna
those
say,
shots, but we're
yeah.
18th in 3-point percentage.
I'm like,
So
I don't care how many we attempt. It's in fact
mhm.
the higher that we attempt, the worse I feel because
But is
Right, like
it
that's gonna happen. You're not gonna have a super great percentage when you're taking
yeah.
43s a game unless you're like the 2015 Warriors. But
Splash Brothers coming at you?
Let's not talk about them.
disgusting.
But I do think, but like, I do think us taking so many threes has a lot to do with the fact that our offense looks so non-cohesive and it looks so, I guess, rigid. And that like, right, you're not setting up plays, you're not following through and everything. It's more of like this single action of like one player doing it. And it's just like sometimes just throw a three up because it's like it's an option.
Right.
And
I
it
think they
just
rely too much on it, and you can't do
yeah.
that. We have several great 3-point shooters with DeAndre Hunter, Sam Merrill, Donovan Mitchell, obviously now with DG back. So like it makes sense that they want to take a lot of them, but they can't build their identity around it, which is what I think they're trying to do. That's what Boston did last year, but they were actually making them constantly. So like I said, I don't think you can just build your entire offense around your 3-point shot. I think we have to just be better in those shot selections. But no, I do agree with that for sure, Mikayla. And the yeah, like you said, the perimeter defense too. It just seems like we're getting very lazy on defense in general. But yeah, we've left so many guys open for wide open threes, and you can't do that, especially guys who you know are going to make them. So I don't know if it's just like defensive miscues that are happening way too much, or if it's just like they're getting lazy. I don't know, but that's definitely got to change too.
Well, coming as like a more casual fan, and you as Sarah as a more uh real fan, what's going on with DeAndre? I feel like he's kind of like he's really not. I don't hear a lot about him. Like when he's on the floor, I'm like, oh, there. I love DeAndre. He's great. But then like I don't hear a lot about like what he's doing, if he's doing well or poorly, or what's going on. So I'm curious to see what you think. Because I remember when we were doing our preseason talk, I think you and I were like, we need to see how DeAndre's going to do. Like, is he going to start with, Darius and everyone being out and stuff? So I'm just not, I haven't watched every game. So I'm not sure what is going on.
Yeah, I do think he gets overshadowed by, Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell and all them. And he's never like the highest scoring player, so I think like a lot of the time he's just kind of like lost in the shuffle a little bit, but he's been
Hmm.
playing great. I mean, he's
Okay.
averaging 18 points a game,
Wow.
just under 5 rebounds a game, and he's shooting 45 from the field. So like he's playing really really well, and he's shooting the
Hmm.
ball well too. I just think that that's kind of what people expected out of him, I think, and
Hmm.
because he's meeting those expectations, I think I don't know, maybe people don't appreciate that as much as they should, because I
Yeah.
agree, and that was something I was thinking about too. Is like I'm surprised that DeAndre Hunter hasn't gotten, the amount of attention that he deserves, but he has been playing really well, and I love that he's not a shooting guard, but he's a forward, but I love how he's tall, he has that wingspan that he can help with rebounding too, because I think that's another issue that has been plaguing us this year is that we're 21st in rebounding. And so obviously you don't expect DeAndre Hunter to be a huge rebounding guy, but it's nice to at least have that insurance, I guess. And so yeah, he's been playing really well though. I've been very impressed with DeAndre. So
Okay.
I'm excited to see, kind of what else he can do with our normal starting five returning. I'm hoping Sam Merrill gets healthy soon. I'm not really sure. I think he's day to day, so like he could be back for tomorrow's game. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think he's been doing great both in a starting role and off the bench.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear because I was just not super well versed in what was going on. But 18. That's really surprising.
Yeah, I was too, honestly, because I had just looked up his stats and I'm like, oh wow, he's a very efficient shooter too. He doesn't take a lot of shots every game, but even if he does, he makes them. So he's been really solid for us, and I think he was such a great trade target too when we got him last year. I think he just fits this team perfectly.
This is a segue and maybe into the thing we are going to talk about. I was on the team shop because I was thinking about the jerseys and stuff that we were maybe going to talk about. And I sent a link that Donovan is modeling one of the things in the team shop. And it just like fried me because he's just like so cute. He's standing here in the classic quarter zip and the classic thing. It's just like, why is he there modeling the
I'm
That
clothes
looking at that
second,
right now. He
the
looks like a
second
fan.
slide
It's
is so like
yeah.
he's trying to pose.
Well, he's like there's like a model modeling it in the third and fourth,
Yeah.
but on the team shop like the page, it's him modeling
so
it. And I was
funny.
like, why is he here? So it's just like I just it made me laugh for a second. It's a really cool. I love a windbreaker type thing like that. So he's definitely selling me on that.
I was gonna
Yes.
get this jacket, but it's like super thick, so I would like never wear
Yeah.
it to the game. I'd have to
Oh
like
yeah.
wear it, like outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that is
a
absolutely an
thing.
outside jacket.
If they ever if Mr. Gilbert ever is listening, it is so, so hot. It's so hot in this stadium, especially when you use the fireballs. It is so hot, especially in the nosebleeds where I only sit. It hurts so bad, and I'm sweating so bad. Please, if you could turn the temperature down a little bit, that would be
But the
so good.
fire's so cool though.
It is so cool. It's
I think it's
awesome, but
so
it's
much fun.
so hot. It's
Yeah, I
so
also sit
hot.
in the nosebleeds. I don't spend money in
It feels like it's
basketball.
like I'm being burned during like the hype video before the game. I'm like, oh my God. It's like Teddy loved it though. My son, we went to a playoff game with and took Teddy last year, and he was like 6 months or 7 months. I was like, he's going to hate this.
Oh
But
my God.
he loved all the wristbands. Loved the wristbands. Those are awesome. But he thought the fire was really cool. I was like, okay, well, that was pleasantly surprising.
Oh, I love that. But no, that's actually a great segue into what I want to talk about next is that the Cavs debuted their City Edition jerseys last Monday, and I was very curious to see what you guys think of them.
So I love the color, I think. And also, one, I love that they partner with less talked about parts of Cleveland, like partnering with Playhouse Square and the orchestra. Oh, no, the Playhouse Square, not the orchestra. I'm sorry. And then partnering with the Metro Parks, I think is really cool instead of just constantly leaning on the guitars and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, I think we can all agree that that is overdone and overused. The one thing that really bums me out is that they just used the same like logo and design from 22-23 and just put a new color palette on it. I loved 22-23. It was beautiful. All of the I really like the softness to it. It was very different than anything they've done before. Um, but I was like, I love the idea of like the orange sunsets on Lake Erie um and like the colors are really cool, like this kind of creamsicle and gold. Um but just not changing the design was kind of that landed flat for me. The court's gorgeous. I love the court.
You echoed
Um
my exact thoughts on the jersey because when it first came out, my first thought was I love, love, love the color scheme. I just wish it could have been its own concept rather
mhm.
than a recycling of the 2022 Metro Parks jerseys.
I think you've got
Because
your
I
new
wasn't
jersey
super
redesign.
fond of right. I wasn't super fond of like the land font. I think that could have been done better, but that's just me being nitpicky. I love the colors though, and I did love the original white, the light blue and the tan colors too. That was probably like my favorite color scheme of any city jerseys they had. But yeah, I just wish that they could have had like a separate design for this one. But that's not to say I don't like it because I do. But I think the classic jerseys are just their peak this year. Oh my gosh. Part of me wishes they kind of just did the classic jerseys so that they could wear them more and then did like the city edition next season. But oh my god, those classic jerseys are so nice. And I went to the debut of it too. Oh my gosh. So I saw that court in person. I saw the jerseys in person. I wore my Darius Garland classic jersey that I bought the day that they were unveiled. So I love those so much. That 2000s Cavs branding back then is just my favorite just across any pro sports team. If it were up to me, I would rebrand back to that in a nanosecond. But I love those navy jerseys so much.
Yeah, I'm maybe I'm in the minority here, but the 23-24 with like the land and kind of the more playhouse vibe with the offset letters and script, it wasn't my favorite. I liked the court for that one. That one was nice. I liked the City Connect jerseys more for 24-25. I love the powder blue and like the museum, like the photo shoot for that. I remember when it dropped. It was actually the day after I had just had like a dinner at the museum for my husband's work. And I remember being in the museum. I was like, this is so beautiful. This place is so gorgeous. And then I think the photo shoot like dropped the next day. And I was like, oh, this is so tied in. But I didn't love the court for 24-25. I thought it was a little busy. It tied in with the jersey and the shorts well, which I understand. But I I think the new ones I'm still thinking about. I don't love orange as like a color in general, but I love the Metro Parks, and I actually just bought this crew neck from the Cleveland Metro Parks shop portion of the collection. So I think it's a little more my style. I don't know. I don't think I would buy anything from this year's City Connect, but I also am just like really pale. So yellow and orange is just like it's not my look, but I think I think when they haven't played a game with it, right? Like they haven't used the court.
No, they have.
They have?
I
Okay.
think they've played one game so far with it.
Oh, I have to
Yeah,
look
on Monday
back
they did.
for the court then because I must have missed that one. But I love the court looks beautiful just in the rendering. So I'll have to look at a picture.
Yeah, I do really like the court. I think the yellow was like a little bit bright and a
Mm.
little bit hard on the eyes, but again, that's me being nitpicky. I do really love it. I love like the sunset vibe, so I do think the court is like really nice. And also, I absolutely agree that last year's powder blue art museum jerseys were just so underrated. Oh my gosh. I think they only wore them for like less than 10 games, I think, which pissed me off because I'm like, these jerseys are beautiful, and you're telling me they only wear them for like a handful of games? Like, I loved those so much. And
It is a
I
huge
wish
bummer.
I know, right? And I loved the pattern along the sides, like the black and white. I think I don't even know if this was like actually true or not, but it's meant to like be colored in so that you can like customize your own jerseys. It would have been
Oh.
so cool if the players did that.
Yes,
Like if
I
they just had like a craft night or something, like a team bonding thing, just color
Oh.
in like all the sides of your jerseys. Like I thought that was such a cool concept, and
It
they
was
could
so
have just leaned
unique.
into it so much more. Yeah.
Like no what other team is wearing powder blue? Like it's just a underused color and maybe it's like more feminine or whatever, but that's why like I like like blushy orange kind of thing this year, but it also is like it reminds me a little bit of something that Phoenix would do or one of the
Hmm.
West Coast areas. Like it feels a little West Coast to
I
me.
think the Jazz did that too at one point, or like
Yeah, but
something
like
similar to it.
the powder blue was so like that's Cleveland's City Connect. Like you could
Hmm.
tell immediately. It's just like I don't know, something about it. And my husband went to Case and we live in Cleveland Heights, so it's like that area of Cleveland is just so personal to me, but I mean the metro parks are sprawling. I think I just the metro parks portion of it is a little lost on me, I think, just cuz it's kind of a revamp. But
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I think my all-time favorite City Connect jersey was the 21-22, the red jerseys with like the 70s Cleveland Cavaliers logo on front. They knocked it out
yes.
of the park that year. Those were just so good. And maybe it was also because of the year that was DG's first All-Star selection and Mobley's rookie year. So like it had a lot of significance back then too, but I loved those so much. I thought those looked so good, and like I really wish I would have bought one, but unfortunately I didn't. But those are probably my favorite for sure. What about you, Mikayla?
I have a lot of opinions on the current ones. Mostly, okay, so I live near Edgewater Park, first and foremost. So I see the sunset over Lake Erie all the time. And I feel like when I first saw the 2025, 26 ones leaked, I was like, oh, that looks just I think I sent one to our group chat. I was like, this looks like just like every single sunset I see. I get that it's like maybe not. It does you can associate like a sunsets more with like Phoenix, something like that.
That's fair.
But to me, so I for before back in the day, I used to work in like ecological and biological like research, and I spent my time collecting samples on the oceans and such for a lot of years. And every sunset I've ever seen ever has never compared to the sunsets I've seen on Lake Erie. And so this one actually felt like a little, like I felt like a little pang for this one. I don't necessarily love how they look on the court, but I love the court itself. So no,
Yeah,
I
that's a
felt
good
like
point too. That's a good point too. I think like the jerseys look different in different lighting. Because like when they were first unveiled, like the photo shoots they did with them, there were a lot of like shadows. And so then when you saw those next to pictures that people took of like their own jerseys, it's almost like they look like two different colors. So
Hmm.
that's a fair criticism for sure.
yeah, it did feel like once I see Lake Erie sunsets all the time. This is what the sunset looked like today, actually. And it does feel, and but I think it's like a very niche part of Cleveland, right? Because especially for like the metro parks, so much of Cleveland is not on the lake, so I get it. But still, it brought me a little bit of joy.
Yeah, the
I
sunset was beautiful tonight. This is just
yeah,
it was like super red and it was
I
like, wow, this
know.
is it like I get it. It's really pretty.
The only thing, and I might be in the minority of everyone ever on this, I hate when anything for Cleveland says the land on it. I hate it.
I don't like it that much
Oh,
either.
thank
So
God.
looking at
I'm kind of indifferent.
someone made a little grid of all the City Connect jerseys, and I'm looking at it right now. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I would really like if they stopped because the last four City Connect have all been the land. And I don't mind the land. It's not my, it's a fine nickname. I don't have any animosity towards it. But I'm like, I want to see Cleveland, the full Cleveland.
Ooh, I like Cleese, 3 letters. I feel something so deeply about just Clee across the chest.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Just like
If
the
I
guards.
if I was in charge. Yeah, just like the guards. If I was in charge of everything. I think I secretly love the 2019 City Edition. With like the little foot feather looking thing underneath
Yeah.
cleat
Hmm.
striped. I thought those were so nice. I didn't love the stripes on the side, but I really liked what the jersey looked like as a whole. And I liked that it was like, I don't know, I just like that look a lot. I think 2017 is the ugliest thing that's ever existed, and I will but not be taking comments at this time.
No, that's an objectively correct
Okay,
opinion.
great.
The
That
City
is
Connects have
I don't
gotten
understand what
better
happened that year.
I feel like every year, like I don't remember a lot of City Connect stuff from when I was a little bit younger. Like now the City Connects for every sport organization, like it feels like a much bigger statement. Like there's a lot more that goes into it and like I feel like the merch sells a lot better like every year for all like everybody's City Connects, not just ours. So I like that sports is becoming more artistic over time. Like it's like every year, it's like more Easter eggs and more color and more design. So I really like just that direction that we're taking because I agree. Like some of the earlier years, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
2017
right.
is offensive.
Like, why is it
I'm
gray?
so
First
mad.
off.
I'm like looking at it. I'm mad.
For context, the 2017 jerseys were the gray ones with the land, and just it was just everything was awful with those.
It reminds me of
Oh yeah.
how all the clouds I see in winter and
Yeah,
so they did
let's
connect to the
highlight
city in that
that.
way.
I'm definitely going to be in the minority here, but I wasn't the biggest fan of 2020s, the black ones with the Cleveland
Mhm.
letters, each in like the different bands. I thought
Yeah.
that could have been done a little better. I appreciate the concept. I like it. But there's a lot of people that love that, so like please don't stone me for it, but
If we're doing like a real like archive of all of the types of outfits they've and jerseys they've worn over time, I like the classic edition that they just released. Like it's so cool, but there's something so visceral to me about that LeBron t-shirt style jersey.
The
Like
2015 Pride one.
yeah, like or like just that kind of like shirt where it was like so tight on LeBron and you could tell when he was in that t-shirt jersey like that you were about to see something fucking crazy. So I don't know. Like I don't like a jersey. I don't like wearing one. It doesn't look good on me. The t-shirt jerseys and like kind of the more tight fitting shorter shorts. Like yes. Yeah, Mikayla just sent it in the group chat. I love that type. And I think Cleveland, like we particularly just look really good in that. Like I think our logo being right across the front and it being a t-shirt, like it just, I don't know. There's something so auraful about it. And I think it's just because LeBron wore it for so long. And same with the classic thing. It's just like it's not just an ode to like this jersey. Like it's really an ode to LeBron because he wore that for so long that everybody can see the t-shirt type and see the classic one and be like, yeah, LeBron wore that and he did something crazy.
I mean, that's the one we won 2016 in.
And maybe that's why that it's so
I was
visceral
just
to
about
me.
to say, yep.
It's like I just remember seeing them.
I'm gonna
in
need to
so
look
much.
it up, but I feel like they wore that jersey
Yeah,
possibly
he did
the entire finals.
I think he. I do know. I feel like especially the last game, like they did. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
LeBron hugging
Yeah,
players. Like
they won in this jersey.
yeah.
But
I can say with 100% certainty they won Game
Yeah.
7 in those.
How many?
jerseys.
Yeah, how many times have we all watched the final 8 minutes?
oh my God,
we're going
too
back.
many to
cried
We're
count.
going back to
time.
2016 again.
Sorry, guys.
My bad.
Whenever I
Keep
want a good
dragging us
cry,
back.
I have a particular highlight video that someone put together, and forgive me, it's Machine Gun Kelly's instrumental of All Night Long, but God, it's so good. He doesn't actually sing on it, it's just the instrumental. And it's a recap video, so beautifully put together. I'll have to tweet it out too, because I watch it and I just sob because it's just such the perfect way to wrap up that entire series.
Yeah, I get chills every time they do like the final 8 minutes of Game 7. I'm
Ugh.
like, yep.
Yep,
I'm
I
gonna
will
sit here
always
and
stop what
I'm
I'm
gonna watch.
doing.
Yeah, it's
I'll
time to
always
watch.
stop what I'm doing to watch that. Oh my God.
Yes. I'm gonna actually have to look it up because I would put a little money on it. I don't bet, but I want to say they wore that black jersey the entire finals.
I don't know, because I feel like they wore their Navy one at some point.
Maybe.
Maybe it was just
I
in
feel
that
like they wore it
postseason,
a
maybe not the
lot,
finals.
though.
I could be wrong.
I'll have to look it
But
up.
I do distinctly remember like Deli diving in his t-shirt shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Deli.
Also, one final thing because we skipped over 22-23, but I sent Donovan in it. I don't remember this one, but I really like it.
This
It's
was
like,
the other Metro Parks one.
okay. I love the Metro Parks. I like this one
Yeah.
a little bit better. Like it's kind of got that powder blue as like a little hint, wink, wink. But I don't know. There's something about like a white jersey combo, like especially on like the darker skin players. Like Donovan looks so good in that the picture I see.
Because Donovan's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's everything that he would be in. But...
Oh my God, wait, you want to know what else is beautiful? Darius's beautiful long hair. I'm
Yes.
obsessed.
Oh my God. Yes.
His new
like
flow.
ponytail
Aura,
fell
oh
out the
God.
other day, and I was like, "Oh my God, Donovan!" I was like, "Look!" I was like, "Goodness,
Yes,
looks
I
so
absolutely
cute.
love the long hair.
he looks." So
I do miss
cute.
his hairstyle he had back in like 21, 22 when he had it like on top of his head.
Yeah.
His little
But-
pineapple hairstyle.
Yeah, his pineapple hair.
No, but he looks so his hair's so beautiful right now. I was the first time I saw it, and I was like,
It's
"Oh my God."
luxurious.
It is. Oh, and he just looks so good in it.
He's definitely feeling himself. I think he's feeling better. Like after his jaw injury and stuff, it was so rough to see him like down and stuff. But his confidence and his aura, I think, we're about to hit new levels.
I definitely think so. Yeah. And he actually too just launched his app called Off Court.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
already
Which is
on
kind
it,
of like-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm on it, and he's the only one I follow.
I know. It's
to
like
nobody's
I'm like, hi
surprise.
Darius, hi Darius.
Even when when you type a
"Hi."
comment, it says like Darius Garland will see this, so please be polite.
Hi, Darius.
Aw,
Hello.
That's cute.
But yeah, it's cool. So the app is essentially an Instagram-esque app for athletes who they can post whatever they want, and they just kind of interact with fans in just a more professional and respectful setting rather than like on Twitter or on Instagram.
It's like
So
more
I
intimate
think it's an awesome,
and yeah.
right. I think it's an awesome concept to do, and I was really happy to see him just like he does so much just off the court. Like it's amazing. That's why he's my favorite player. He does all kinds of fundraising and stuff. He helps out around the community. He's out here, now he's an app developer. Like look
Yeah.
at him go. But
They
it's really
do
cool.
also
And then I
have,
also
game chats in there too. So
yeah,
like
I
during the
didn't see
game-
that. I didn't participate in that yet, but I did see that too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And speaking
the
of just doing
Discord, yeah.
really cool things around the community, Evan Mobley just hosted his Beyond the Game gala to support local foster children. So, proceeds from the ticket sales and the silent auction benefited the Mobley Family Foundation's holiday shopping program, which helps foster children in the Cleveland area. And Evan even spoke about how his family had foster kids and exchange students growing up and how they welcomed
Oh,
them into their family and they just did what they could do to help them. And I thought that was just a really, really cool thing to do.
that feels like
We just have
peak
so
Evan
many
Mobley.
good guys on this team.
Truly, truly, this is just a team full of good dudes.
They really are. I love them.
I do too. They're just sweet baby boys, and I love them.
There's nothing better than a team full of sweet baby boys that we
Exactly.
can love. Well,
All right.
I think Sarah, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I knew that we were going to start wrapping up, so I kind of wanted to go off just on a positive note with kind of just some of the good things we've seen from the team so far.
Yes.
Obviously, Donovan Mitchell. I do also want to give a shout out to our role players for stepping up. Jalen Tyson has been amazing. Sam Merrill's been shooting the ball really well. I hope he gets better soon. Naquan Tomlin, too. What a story that kid's had. He, correct me if I'm wrong, he had never played organized basketball like in high school or anything. And he got assigned to the G League, so he was playing in the G League, and then he started a game for the Cavs, and he's been a bench guy for them. But it's cool
That's
because like you
crazy.
never see that happen. Like he has literally never played like organized basketball in high school or anything. So like it's really cool to see a guy like that just get minutes in any NBA setting. But man, he's been so good, and also Craig Porter Jr. too. So I think those guys have just been phenomenal for us, and I'm excited to see what they do. And I do think that this team is doing a lot of good too, and we're just slowly getting back to that team that we were last year. We just have to get healthy. I think Max Strus is on the mend. I'm not entirely sure when he's supposed to be back. I would have to look that up, but hopefully
I
it'll
feel
be
like
in
within the
December
next month
maybe.
or two.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I
it's
think
sooner rather than
originally
later.
yeah, I think like before the season I heard like around December would be his return. So like hopefully it's they're still sticking with that timetable, but there's definitely a lot to look forward to with this team and I have no qualms about them whatsoever getting to be that number 1 seed in the East again. I think the Pistons and Raptors, those are the two teams ahead of us. We can definitely take them. So once we get healthy, we'll definitely be back to normal in no time.
As Tristan Thomas would always say, the East runs through Cleveland.
Always has, always will.
And I think that is going to be a wrap for this episode of Caught Looking. Huge thanks to Sarah, Kels, and Mikayla for another fun episode. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And especially thank
Thanks.
you to Mikayla for bringing us along for her hobby night.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. So I can't wait for the next one. As always, thank you for listening, hanging out with us, and being a part of our growing community. Don't forget to follow and share the show so more Guards fans and Cavs fans can join the fun. And if you haven't already, hop into our Discord to keep the conversation going. The link is in all of our bios. Until next time, whether you're here for the hot takes, the heartbreaks, or the home runs, don't get caught looking.
Go Guards.
Go
Go
Cavs.
Guards, go Cavs.